So we're all ready to get underway. The court announcer getting the crowd all pumped up here. I don't think they need much pumping. They've been waiting a long time for this to get underway. And Achara up against Rob Gilchrist to open the jump. Gilchrist with the win. And so England with first use of the basketball. And it looks like Scotland straight into a 2-3 zone. Jackman at the point. Callum Jones. Jackman for three. And can't make it go. So the zone worked the first time down the floor. So Gareth Murray, who played in that 2006 Commonwealth Games for Scotland, out there into the hands of Bunyan. Down low they go. And backing it up well, and can't make the little jump hook is Alistair Fraser.
I'm actually not surprised that Scotland has started in the zone, because if you notice during warm-up that England do have a much taller and bigger roster, so if they feel they don't match up quite as well as they'd like to, zone's a great way to start.
Well, an air ball coming up there from Thompson to begin wasn't a great shot, but they've forced them into the wrong shot, and that's the idea of the zone. Murray gets the ball in low to Achara with a little jump hook with the left hand and left that short, so neither team able to score in the opening minute. Some penetration inside the zone out of Thosby with the left-handed shot that just rims out. So still waiting for that key basket to begin with. Fraser was open and Murray's open in the corner. Can he stroke the three? Yes, he can. And Scotland scored the first basket of the Commonwealth Games of 2018 through Gareth Murray, the veteran, man who played in the first one.
Absolutely, that's so fitting that he gets the first points.
Well, Achara with a steal from behind, got hold of a stray pass, and quickly down the floor is Alistair Fraser. Looked like he might have got a little bit of a whack on the arm, but no call. Callum Jones looking to get the ball down the floor quickly, and he scored. So catching the defence just a little unawares there that time. And that's one way to beat the zone. Get down there before it actually forms. And you can see Callum Jones taking advantage up there as he's able to get the ball past Bunyan. So, a 1-point game we've got. And now England extend the defence down the floor a little. And out of bounds is the call. He just stuck a heel out of bounds.
Most frustrating calls, Phil, when you get called for your foot out of bounds, because it's such a waste of possession. Turnover, don't even get a shot up.
The player slip that back foot back a little bit to get the good takeoff off it, but make a mess of it. And there, another turnover. So Thosby throws it out of bounds. And there's a conversation between the guards there. Your fault, no, mine. That's a good start from Scotland. England have been very much favoured to win this game, and Scotland have started well. But down the floor, extended defence again from England. Murray. Achara with the high screen. Rolls to the basket. They find him and they locate him down low. Up with that left-handed hook again, and twice he's left it low, but the tip-in that comes in the end from Alistair Fraser gets the two. Inside they go as a nice cut there from Andrew Thompson.
So even though Scotland are playing a zone, they still need to make sure that they match up and stop that cutter through. That was way too easy there for England.
Oh, great little pass from Bunyan there to thread the needle, and again back to Bunyan for three this time. And Johnny Bunyan can't make the shot, but Kieran Achara wins a second possession. Settle again through Murray. Achara with the long three. Way offline, that one. So England trying to push the ball down the floor quickly to get down before this zone is set up. But Scotland is back and ready. Got the high post in there, unable to find him. And Thosby finds the three.
Thosby played for the Sydney Kings this last NBL season. So they saw a lot of talent in young Thosby, so he's had some great training partners throughout the season.
Into Achara again on the inside, and followed up with his own tip, so Kieran Achara gets the 2 and locks the score up at 7s. Thompson rolling down low on the turnaround, left it short. So a good opener. Nice tight game we're seeing here. Not sure we'll see that right to the finish, but let's go with it the way it is. Looking to back Jackman coming in there to help. A nice rebound from Alistair Fraser to grab his own rebound and knock back the put-back 2 and grab the lead for Scotland.
Fraser's doing really well inside, really competitive. Scotland have been impressive with their decision-making with the shots. They really haven't taken any bad shots. And we're not surprised by that with Rob Beveridge being a great coach. We need to have a lot of structure with him in charge.
Callum Jones there penetrating the defence, and the defence has found a little wanting in there and made the foul. Have a look at this from Fraser down the, or Thompson that time down the middle for England, and there's the 3-pointer from Thosby. One of the things about the zone defence, it does open itself up to the outside shot, but you've got to make them. The other way of attacking the zone is what this man did, Callum Jones, is to take the ball inside and penetrate. Comes from a well-known basketball family, Callum Jones. He's got siblings that play the game at national level in England. They made the change, and Jones goes out, and Andrew Lasker comes in for his first taste of the action. So they're playing well up the floor. They're going to use up a lot of energy doing this, England. They're backing themselves. There's energy from the Scottish yards to bring the ball up the floor as well against that sort of pressure defence. Inside they go, and the jump hook just falls out, that time from Mike Vigor. Thompson to Tuck, the veteran. We'll dump off back to Tuck. Backs are in the corner to Andrew Thompson. They can't make that 3. You've got to be able to stroke the 3 against the zone.
That's right, then the zone is working for Scotland at the moment. 9 apiece.
Open shot this time. Well, shot that long. That was a nervous attempt. Coming that time from Sean Nerlin Lino. Too close to a foul there. And good hand in there coming from Vigor. Achara takes it inside. Great little pass. And finding the cutter along the baseline. Sean Nerlin Lino, who had that air ball just a moment ago, but makes up with that cut. Again, Thosby. Oh, they go into a huddle and organise the defence this time. Send the pumper into the air, and Achara just coming down on top of the player there and forces the foul. So Achara's first foul. Plenty of movement off the benches. England ringing the changes, trying to get fresh players out there for the entire time.
And it is a great opportunity in the first match. You do try and get a lot of rotations in the first quarter, and if possible get all 12 players on the court just to get those nerves out of the way, because it is nerve-wracking if you don't get on in the first match, having to wait another couple of days to get those nerves out.
New big man in there for England with Shane Walker coming in, number 44. Mike Vigor dumps it down low to Achara. Achara and Murray still out there from the starting 5 for Scotland. And now this is Murray. And Murray with a big 3. So Scotland skipping away by 4, which is the biggest lead of the ball game. And now more subs coming off the bench.
Scotland have got a great balance of inside-outside shots, and you can see every time Achara gets the ball, he gets a lot of attention, but he's making good decisions as to whether to take the shot himself or making really good passes.
There's touch with that three. Jamel Anderson has come in for England. We'll have a look at him in a moment. I'll tell you a little story. As that ball falls out over the end line, and it'll be a Scotland ball. Yeah, Jamel Anderson, you'll see him wearing number 0 for England. He's played on this court before because he played here in Townsville for the Townsville Heat in the Queensland Basketball League. He was their import player, so he'll be very familiar with the surroundings. Bantu Burrows in the corner and finding Neil on Lino. Anderson, his first shot, back of the rim, and back we come again. Chance here for Scotland to extend this lead this time. Change in the front court with the big man Kieran Achara taking a seat. Played a good solid 7 minutes.
Well, England are only shooting 25% from the field, so they really need to pick that up. Scotland, doing a little bit better at 35%.
Well, Joseph, as the English are using the entire bench, and that will be an England ball.
So no fouls yet called on England, but 3 fouls now for Scotland.
And that one on Gareth Murray. Murray's been out the entire time. Here he is, just not able to stop the baseline drive and just getting a body on there. Lasker and finding in the corner Shane Walker. Knocking down the 3, 1 point game. Chris Cleary in there for Scotland. And there was foul on the play. That will go against Andrew Laxey. Knocking the man down to the floor, Bantu Burrows.
Burrows made sure the referees didn't miss that one, Phil, falling to the ground.
Absolutely. It's the way to do it. Just over 2 minutes out from quarter time. Murray will be looking for a break. He's worked hard. And Luba block coming out over the top there from Kyle Joseph. Kofi Josephs with a block to knock it out of the floor. And Murray to inbound for Scotland. Been a good start from them.
Good recognition there.
Beat
by
the buzzer,
Bigger,
but not able to make the shot.
Very good that he knew that he had to get the shot up.
Oh, this could be a 4-point
Yes.
play. Knocks down the 3 and he'll go to the line as well. Shane Walker. This is going to change the scoreline.
You do not foul the 3-point shot ever. So Rob Beveridge won't be happy with that.
Yeah,
Particularly, it's gone down, so you're right, opportunity for 4-point play. It doesn't happen very often.
A bit sloppy. Yes, one of the problems with Scotland is that their starting 5 and perhaps their next lot off the bench might be a little bit of difference in standard between them. So it's a question of what they can do with this secondary lineup in here. Try and just stem the bleeding for a little bit.
Gareth Murray hasn't come off yet. He's played the whole first quarter at this point.
Yeah, he is a veteran too. Murray, who's 33 years of age. Charles, who's 34. And again, England bring this defence down the floor. Burrows up against Jones. Jimenez looking for the cutters, finding Murray. Oh, gee, he was all over him.
Another
And we've got another 3-point
points.
foul. That time he's not able to make the 3-point shot, so he'll shoot 3 from the line. Gareth Murray. Have a look at it again. Nice little handoff play here. And you can see just the arm on there, but caught the wrist on the shot up. He was okay till then.
Okay, they've called it before the shot, so it will be side ball.
Oh, maybe he was calling that the arm bar on as he came across. And Murray not at all happy with that. Only the second team foul against England too. Scotland on 4. Cleary looking to get past Walker. Jimenez in the corner to Murray for 3 this time. No, too long. But another possession for Scotland. Bigger. No room along the baseline. Yes, there is
well
room.
Done.
Oh, found room and just couldn't make the shot. Jimenez was just bullocked off the ball there. Kofi Joseph with a spin move. And, gee, it looked like he got fouled.
I'm glad they called that. I couldn't believe if they'd let that go.
Yeah, right in front of the Japanese referee, but the Australian referee from the other side, I think, we didn't want to rob him of the call and said, no, we just can't let that go.
Joseph's such a great athlete. Saw the amazing block down here earlier, but really love watching the athleticism of the basketballers, because so many of them have amazing vertical jumps.
That play, the referees just let Jimenez sit on that one. They figured that they call that a flop. So Kofi Joseph's off the free throw line, just extending England's lead here. And you can see the time remaining in the first quarter, just a minute. For those of you who are NBA devotees, FIBA basketball is 10-minute quarters, NBA is 12. Quickly up the floor comes Scotland this time, and that pass looked a bit long. They did keep it in play though.
Yeah, Jimenez did a great job to keep that in play.
That'll be a foul against Adozi, who's coming off the bench. Daniel Adozi is the... Have a look at it. Adozi just coming off the bench and just a little bit too eager there and just getting in there with the body. It's only the 3rd team foul against England, so they've still got one to give. Vega, screen opened it up for him. A good block coming on the other side who came from Jones. But Scotland ball, another opportunity to score. 2 possessions left in this quarter, possibly. Murray, Vega, no. Murray again. And on the floater, can't make it fall. A good rebounding there coming from Alistair Fraser. And the 3-point bomb that goes down from outside. Kyle Jimenez, his first 3. Quick shot that goes up to try and beat the clock. Just 1 second left. And that will be all she wrote for the first quarter. Well, a very tight quarter, as you can see by that scoreline. But it's England by 2 after a very entertaining opener in the opening round game of Pool B. We'll take a look at the way they've got there, and this stats could, some of the shooting percentages would be interesting here. Saw Scotland play that zone to begin with, and England shooting a lot from outside. Well, you can see Scotland ended up shooting more threes, 3 from 10 against 3 from 9 for England. Surprising in the end.
And England actually improved their shooting percentage so much just in the last 3 minutes of that quarter, and shooting well from the foul line. Scotland need to go to the foul line. Another
great stat, there was 8 offensive boards for 16 total boards for Scotland. A great job on the offensive glass. Take a look at some of the highlights of the way they played it, and there's the way Scotland opened up with shooting the 3. Gareth Murray stroked it very, very nicely. Callum Jones able to penetrate the zone, and Kieran Achara with his left-hand hook. And there's one of those offensive boards I was talking about. They got plenty of those. Plenty of follow-up shots called padding the stats.
Gareth Murray, who's just been involved in everything for Scotland. He didn't come off, played the full 10 minutes and was their highest scorer with 6 points.
And, well, threes at the other end too. Both teams with 3 successful threes from the outside. And we're ready to get underway in the second half. So Fraser Malcolm back in the game in the second half. So Fraser Malcolm back in the game for Scotland, the starting guard. Not quite back to a starting 5, Scotland. Kieran Achara still on the bench. Gareth Murray, not surprisingly, taking the rest. A lot of work in that first quarter. Johnny Bunyan at guard. Mike Bigger. Fraser Malcolm. Bunyan again. Fraser. And on a floater, not able to make it that time, was Mike Bigger. England try and punch the ball in low. Scotland back in man-to-man. And that will be a couple of free throws, this time coming up for Rob Gilchrist on the foul. Nice move. Interesting with this lineup out there that Rob Beveridge has decided to start the second quarter with a man-to-man D. Wonder how long he'll stay with it, depending on the way the score goes, I guess. Rob Gilchrist, who is a graduate of the Barking Abbey Academy, which was an academy set up back about 10 years ago back in the UK as a basketball academy. It was their first. It's been very, very successful, and Gilchrist would be one of their better graduates. Mike Bigger takes a seat and brings back Kieran Achara. See that extended defence again from England. Achara left to bring the ball up the floor, the big man. 6'10". Bunyan, and draws the foul out of the defence. I think that might go against Thompson. Yep, 31 Andrew Thompson with the call. You see him gets past Jones and the screen from Achara, and then Thompson. Wasn't a lot in that.
You can see that England are really applying the pressure to Scotland in the offence, showing a trap on every ball screen.
There's a long shot that goes up there with a bomb from Fraser Malcolm. With plenty of arch on the shot and locks the score up at 20 apiece. Joseph had a look and backs off. Thompson, Jones, in the corner they go, and a shot that just couldn't go down there from Joe Ikin-Win. Well, a couple of quick fouls in this quarter. That one against Ikin-Win.
Yeah, hooking his opponent, illegally holding him.
So 2 early fouls against England, 1 against Scotland. And the score is locked up. Low.
Well
lovely
done.
dump in.
That was impressive because he nearly committed to that shot but still had time to get the pass off. He realised he had 2 defenders on him.
Alistair Fraser with the opening dunk of the game. Oh, nice spin move there from Jones, deserves a little better. The Scottish team continues to rebound so well. They're outsized in most positions, but they do rebound well.
And that's all about effort. That's all rebounding is. It's anticipation and effort, and they're doing that really well.
Kieran Achara with 3 for Scotland, and it's a 5-point lead for the team in blue. Joseph's looking for room along the baseline, and that was just a tiny foul there from Lowe. Referee has picked him out. 2 fouls apiece. Have a look at this again, and getting the double team and dumping off, and beautifully finished off with a flush from Fraser.
Just a great assist by Lowe.
And then the 3 to follow up from O'Chara. It's a double whammy for Scotland on the turnaround. And nice little move. Look at those Scottish players rebound. It's just smothering the boards. Tremendous job in that arena. Here's Fraser again, finding O'Chara. And we've got a block. It was one of those ones where the referee made the call and then in deciding what was in the middle of his action.
The English coach was calling for a charge.
Let's have a look. It's hard to see from there. Fair in the middle of the chest, but whether he had his feet set in time, I just couldn't see from that particular shot. But O'Chara, no free throws from it. They said he wasn't in the act of shooting. Plenty of movement in this group. They've got basically playing with a 3-guard group. Oh, get that out of here.
They have some athletes.
Rob Gilchrist saw that coming from a long way out. Have a look at it again. It's worth a look. Gilchrist coming across to help. That's what you want from the big man.
But you just don't get too deflated as an offensive player, because you do get the ball back. It's like, okay, you've whacked that out of court, but we get it back. Foul on Thompson there, so that takes England up to 4 fouls so early in the quarter.
A long 7 minutes for them to give away free throws. This could be a big advantage for Scotland here. 4 fouls to 2 after just less than 3 minutes of play in the second quarter. Malcolm. Inside they go. Just not able to make the shot.
So the 24-second clock violation. Ball didn't hit the ring on that shot attempt. So England get a stop.
Interesting lineup that Rob Beveridge has got out there, with Nick Collins being the second biggest player on the floor, and he's not big. O'Chara, 3 small guards, and Collins.
Great attempt at sort of save.
Saved it, but end up losing the ball. Here's Collins. Collins, a little hesitation step there and gets past, and there's the 5th foul, but that was in the act of shooting anyway, so Collins will go to the free throw line.
Well, England are having problems containing the penetration by Scotland.
And in fact, I think they want to have a bit of a chat about this now. Here's that save at the end line, and did all the hard work and then passing it back. There's the foul that is going to send Collins to the free throw line, but we're going to have to wait till after the timeout to see him at the line. So interesting the way that Beveridge has thrown his lineups out there. I mean, he had these big lineup there to start with, the biggest he had, and they worked well with the zone, but now Kapoulis has to work out a way around all this.
Move your feet, stay in front of guys, okay? Be sharp. We've got to be smart with our fouling, okay? They go to the line every time, but that doesn't mean we stop playing on defense, okay? We've got to be aggressive. We've got to strap, get in the passing lanes, okay? Don't get lazy and just kind of put your hands on the guy. On offense now, okay, that was fine. We play the screen here. Make sure we have paces where we're coming off that play and the pin down happens. If they're back, they're going to go probably 1 to 2, back to the 2-3. Beat the press. Andy takes it out of bounds. Run triangle twist. Triangle twist on Adam's side. Okay, is that clear for everyone? Pick and pop, Andy. And let's look for the extra pass in the corner. Let's get going.
England, 1, 2, 3.
Well, Coach Kapoulis there making them very much aware of their foul situation. I'm sure the players were anyway, but it's, I mean, it's tough when a coach says to you, Rach, isn't it, that you've got to continue to play aggressive defence, but I don't want you to give up fouls.
Yeah, it's a real conundrum, because the Scotland will absolutely be playing very aggressive offence the rest of this quarter, because they know that England, in bonus already, they need to make them pay from the foul line now.
Nick Collins at the line, the veteran on the team, 33 years old, and just look at 6'6", and he's that was legal, but it looked a little bit dodgy there for a while.
It did, whether it was going to bounce in the ring and fall in.
And too long in the backcourt.
Yeah.
They give up the ball, so Scotland extending their defence up and just catching England unawares.
Fraser Malcolm was very passionate when that call was made, very happy with their defence. You see how much playing well means to them.
Well, that was the first time we'd seen Scotland really extend their defence. It really caught them napping England. It resulted in a turnover. Chara comes across to set the screen and then rubs and rolls. Collins with a follow-up there, the shot there that just didn't fall. And Scotland with that 6-point lead. Still back in the man-to-man, working quite well for the moment. They surround Collins and the Chara on the baseline. Backing off, so they didn't get to Gilchrist down low. Yeah,
fantastic vision there by Jackman. Easy basket for his teammate.
Chara looks very comfortable bringing up the ball up for the big man. And down the middle to Murray. Murray, who's just come back into the game.
A little bit of magic from Chara with that great bounce pass. He can make good things happen.
Well, those two have played a lot together because playing on the same club at Glasgow Rocks. As so many of this Scottish team do. And Rob Gilchrist again, that time off the free throw line. Just reduce that scoreline. Malcolm. And left for the three, left it long. Chara just with a reach in there, trying to grab the rebound and grab the arm of the player, grab Andrew Thompson and giving up a foul. Cheapy. One that shouldn't be normally doing.
Yeah, it's his second foul, so it might come back to haunt him a bit later.
And the timeout this time from Rob Beveridge with the Scottish team.
So both teams are shooting at 32%, but Scotland have had 12 more shot attempts, and that's because of their great offensive rebounding, 10-4. Doing a great job.
Don't forget and hand off, shallow cut this. They don't come over the top. Or back cut. Let's see if we get some layups off this. When you're going up the rim, play off 2 feet. Okay, get them up in there. They're all the shot blockers. Draw the foul. We get to the foul line. Okay, so right now, let's go 12-2 again. 12-2. Right, good top, rebound, get the loose ball. And then we just flow. We just flow the offense. So let's go.
Bevo hasn't adopted any Scottish accent at all for this role. He's of Scottish heritage, though. He had Scottish grandparents. He was so chuffed, really. In fact, he rang his father, and his father actually cried when he told him that he'd been picked to coach Scotland. So it meant a lot to the family, and he was so pleased to get the job. Australian basketball coach. But wore his kilt last night for the opening ceremony.
He did.
See Alistair Fraser back in. This extended defence again from Scotland. So a little zone press this time. See if they fall back into a zone. It looks like they will. Well, it didn't quite work. Cost them another 2.
We need to get it over. Oh, just get it over.
Is he going to go all the way? Almost.
Left a few of his shots short and being on target, but just not quite enough effort on it.
Jackman, that was from a long way out. Jackman jacking one up. But they do get the ball back. So Lasker now at the point. Thompson, with clock counting down and just getting that off the 2 seconds to go on the clock. And Johnny Bunyan it is who brings the ball back for Scotland. Murray, screen from Chara. Look for Chara down the middle, and he's a bit out of control there. And in fact, a charging foul against Gareth Murray. The defence was able to read that from a long way out. Have a look at it. Just watch the defence come across.
Yeah, that was great help, D. He turned the corner really well, Murray, but defence is waiting there for him. At his positioning, obvious charge.
And that negates the foul advantage they had because that's Scotland's 4th foul. So here they come with that zone press again. Jimenez out front. Bantu Burrows in there. Bunyan on the bench. They've got the ball on the inside again. Jackman, long with the shot, and Achara's rebound. Now Jimenez will bring the ball back quickly. Fraser dumping it off in the corner to Murray. Neil and Lino waiting, but Jimenez, and now Murray, short with the shot, and the flyer was Gilchrist. Jackman gets the shot up, but not in. And now Kyle Josephs, and that will be a foul, and we're going to see free throws back here for England. So
just feel that momentum shift a little bit, Phil. England starting to find their feet. Have bridged that gap to 2 points and can equalise now.
you see the rebound count there evening out a little bit more. Scotland had quite an advantage in that first quarter, but now the rebound count almost even. So the game there again hanging in the balance. Well, pretty much as it has right from the very start. It's a great coaching battle we're seeing here. Coach Kapoulis from England being able to answer the moves from Rob Beveridge. Just get the feeling that Kapoulis has got a little bit more talent to deal with. And the effort coming from Scotland has just been superb. Change again, and Joe Ikin-Win coming in. Out goes Jackman. Mike Vigor bring the ball up the floor. Fraser, Jimenez, plenty of movement. Jimenez all the way to the basket, and foul. Players just couldn't stop himself from doing that, was he? Missed the shot and then trying to go up and grab a piece of the ball, grabbed arm, and then sends the... That's a coach killer to send the team to the other end. Have a look at it.
And
misses.
That's a frustration foul from the missed shot, and now to costly though, because sends England to the foul line down the other end.
He shot it with the wrong hand, didn't he? I mean, he lay on the play with his left arm and then shoot it with the right, and he was probably made that. Shane Walker, who's plenty of size about him, but very good outside shooter, as we've seen. So, England back in front for the first time in a while. Real chess game going on here. And Murray left to bring the ball up. Fraser, Murray, and
offensive foul on the screen. Called by Fraser.
There'll be no shots off that one, off the offensive foul. Have a look at it again.
And it was on Fraser. He's toxic, I think. He wasn't, his body wasn't still enough when the England player went through.
But I'm hurt, ref, but I'm hurt. Yeah, but it's foul. Double team here on the ball. Finds an open man across the floor in Josephs. Walker, nothing for him. Vigor handing off. With a pump fake and then down the middle for an easy two. And a block as well, so he'll get an extra one. Scotland down by 2, they could get a point closer. Mike Vigor at the free throw line. Interesting story to him, Rach. Watch what he does here.
Beautiful shot fake. Got his opponent up in the air. great recognition to drive it all the way.
It's a young man who played most of his basketball in Australia. He's a Scot, but his dad was in the oil and gas business, and they worked a lot in Western Australia. So he played all his junior basketball in West Australia, played for the Perth Wildcats, and then back to Scotland and got himself a spot on the Scottish team. Andrew Lasker just losing it there. Nice
well
pass
done.
to Neil on Lino. That
That's
was
the
well
play of the day.
controlled.
That was fantastic.
Beautifully controlled at half court. Gets effective at Jimenez, but was able to get the ball up the floor. So he made up for that bit of an error he made a few moments ago. And he's got his team in front. Tuck. Good defense. Tuck appealing against Vigor. But it will be Tuck's ball. 6 seconds left on the clock. Just have a look at this. Vigor looked like a lost ball there, and he had to leap the man and find Neil on Lino down the floor as well.
It's a perfect pass in front of the player. And, Tuck hasn't had a real influence on this game as yet, but that was great D there by Vigor not to foul.
Yeah, the English captain. Very much a veteran on this team. And Coach Beveridge trying to just work the referees a little bit there too, I think.
Let's execute right now, okay? Drew has the basketball here, okay? And what we're going to have here is we're going to have Kofi. We're going to have you right here on this spot, okay? And I'm going to have Mike Tack, Shane, and Joe, okay? Kofi, you're sprinting straight away to the middle of the floor, and as that's happening, Joe, you're sprinting to the corner. Okay, Kofi, you're going through and you're going spacing straight away on the three-point line. Drew, if he's open, you hit him. If Joe is open, you hit him. Mike, you seal your guy or whoever is in front of you in the zone and say you make a read. If there is a guy in front of you, you pop out. If there is open, you cut towards the ball, ready to say pop. Is that clear? If we don't have that pass, Kofi, you're coming back. We have the long pass. 6 seconds on the clock. 6 seconds on the clock. Get a good shot to rebound and transition defense.
England, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, the 6-second play from Andreas Kapoulis. Teams will have trained for situations like this, for out-of-bounds plays, for short plays like this one. They've got an end line out of bounds. See what they run. I can win in the corner. He's open. Walker. Tuck gets the ball off and in. Now that's a veteran's play.
That is right on cue. He steps up.
So just beat the clock. Once he stepped on the end line, or not getting it in time.
Didn't get it in within 5 seconds. So great pressure by England.
Tough defense, and at 32 apiece, those little things count. Tuck. Andrew Lasker. Walker. Not that time for him. They do get the ball back. Kofi Joseph. Again, that rebounding from Achara. He's been a bull inside. Great presence. Close to the basket. Murray. He could have been fouled there. Referee withheld the whistle on it. Vigor. Inside they go to Murray and 2 more, and he'll go to the line as well.
That was an impressive finish. It was the D did have good positioning, but reached and body contact there at the last second. So great finish by Murray. Falling away from the basket, even more impressive that he made it.
Saw a lot of Gareth Murray on this team in 2006. 12 years ago. Here he is back playing in another Commonwealth Games. I wonder if he thought he'd ever be able to do it again. Here's that extended zone press again. Ball back into a 1-2-2 zone. Lasker waiting for it. They've left him alone. And the pass that was meant there for Neil on Lino. Whose ball is it?
Backcourt violation, Scotland's ball. So they'll get the last play. Call timeout for another structured play to finish the quarter out.
Well, the coach is having to work overtime in this very, very close game. Have a look at this. Now through it goes and...
Unlucky. He'd just gone over the line and the ball was still in the back court.
It's really against the spirit of I mean, the rule was put in there, wasn't it, to stop you passing the ball over the back to slow the game down, but it's not really meant for those accidentals.
Heat on this right now. Okay, you handle the heat. So what I'm after now, let's have Mike, you're there. Mike, Derek. So we're coming off the G, you're coming to here. Kick back off this. Okay, after that, they might switch this, flash, look to throw, high-low. Okay, so we kick back, post flash, look to dump it inside here. Okay, handle the pressure, boys. So right now, quarter, kick back, post flash. Here we go.
Hey, 1 on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
I must say that Beveridge has only had this team for, I think, 5 training sessions. They got together down at on the Sunshine Coast, just north of Brisbane, which is Gold Coast is on the south side of Brisbane, and Sunshine Coast in the north. He had them for 5 sessions to try and get things together and be able to organise plays like this. It would have been the toughest part of the whole thing to get them through this. See how they run it now. It'll be the test. So 15 seconds. Use up some clock. Trying to give the other team the ball back for the chance to score, but they want to score themselves. Down to 4 seconds, underneath they go. Ooh, got the right spot, but not able to make the shot. So the defence from England was tough enough in the end, and Coach Kapoulis was happy with it. So the teams leave the floor for half-time, and a great first half of basketball, but Scotland probably in the surprise to most people, because England would have come into this game as favourites, and here they are leading by 35 points to 32. See, England led by 6 at one stage, then Scotland came back and led. As the players leave the floor, we'll have a look at the stats. Poor shooting percentage from England at 26%.
You're not going to win many games if they stick with that shooting percentage. They're really going to need to improve that.
18% in the three-point area. But they did improve their rebounding stat. They're up 28 to 26 in that area. But 4 steals to none to Scotland, and that was that defence that they ran. And points from turnovers, 7 to 3. So in a tight game, those things mean quite a bit. So that's the situation we've got here at half-time, with England trailing Scotland by 3 points in the opening game of Pool B of the 2018 Commonwealth Games. Only by 3 points, 35-32 at half-time. But what an entertaining game it's been. If we can have more of that in the second half, please.
You see that Scotland are sticking with the zone that worked really well for them in the first half, so no surprise they're staying with that.
Taking some time off the clock on this play, and penetrating, and Jackman has to get the shot off with about 5 seconds left, and out of bounds it goes, so the zone was successful again.
And they haven't shot well from the three-point line, England. They're 3 from 18, only at 17%. They've been able to get to the foul line a lot of times though, 13 occasions, whereas Scotland only 4. So they are doing well in their penetration, just need to improve their outside shooting.
Back to the starting 5. Murray, who's high scorer in the first half, as Jones gets it away. 2-on-1. Gilchrist on his right, doesn't need him. Jones all the way for 2 and brings it back to a point.
It's always a good way for a team to get their confidence back, get a steal and lay up early in the quarter. Scotland really need to look after the ball if they want to stay competitive for the rest of this game.
Bunyan looking inside to find Fraser Malcolm, and Malcolm scores the opening 2 for Scotland, so gets that lead back to 3. Look inside, they look to penetrate it, and it was a nice little touch pass on. The idea was good, but the execution wasn't quite there. But Jones with the scraps, can't make it. There's lots of ways of attacking the zone. They've been unsuccessful with the 3 from the outside, and they really do have to go inside it. At the other end, we've got Scotland up against a man-to-man defence from England. Bunyan down low. They were too big for him, but he took it. Turner took the shot anyway. Not sure that was a well-advised shot. And Scotland appealing for the ball. The whole bench was up, appealing to both the referees, the Japanese referee on the baseline and the Nigerian referee on the other side. None were having any of it. England ball. So, which way do they attack it this time? Gilchrist at the high post. Thompson looks inside. Gilchrist, they got a hand on the ball. That was a nice one coming in from Achara to dislodge it again. Scotland reading the offence very, very well. Burrows down low, or Bunyan was down low for 2. Gilchrist had an open shot there as they got the ball in quickly. They could have dumped it in down low to Jackman, but didn't spot him. Jackman wants it down low again, but Jones, Gilchrist on the outside. Inside they go. Jackman can't make it, and Scotland run the ball down again. So
that's a shot that England need. No, they finally got it inside, and that was a great move to the basket by Jackman, but just couldn't finish. They've got to do more of that.
Not that time from Alistair Fraser. He will go to the free throw line. Here is that move again from Fraser. Gets Gilchrist into the air and forces the body foul.
He's been impressive, Fraser. He's got a great work rate and some really nice back to the basket moves that are hard to stop.
That Scotland do. You know, Scotland has something to do with the roots of basketball. Did you know that in the history of basketball, Dr. James Naismith, who invented it in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1891, he was of Scottish roots. Mum and Dad were Scots. So Scotland can lay claim to owning basketball. Bosby in there for England. Trying to get three-point shooters in there, trying to get slashers in there, someone who can break open this zone. Jones pumped it on the inside, but again, they have the answers, the team in blue. Malcolm. Can't find Achara down low, but they do go to the other side to Fraser. And it will be a foul again. They're drawing early fouls, 2 fouls against England in the first 3.5 minutes of the second quarter. Scotland with that 6-point lead. Have a look at it again. Backing up against Gilchrist. Tough call, I think.
Yeah, they're not going to double in the low post or anything. They're not really changing up their D, England. We're just to see if they may try a zone at some point in this half.
And Robert Gilchrist sits. Malcolm. Achara on the outside. Fraser. Malcolm with a long bomb there. But the defence was pretty good. Forced him into a bad shot. Here they are trying to find that key again. Tucks in there, and they find Thompson down low. So Thompson was able to unlock it at the low post. Murray to Fraser. Murray, and he's hit on the way to the basket, and Murray it is who'll go to the free throw line.
Just great recognition of needing to turn the corner like he did, and found that Geddes all the way from the basket from well outside the three-point line. Just the help D from England's not where it needs to be. They're just playing a little bit too man on their own man, and that help D has to come into play. Otherwise they're just going to keep penetrating and drawing fouls.
So Murray is on the free throw line. He's high scorer with 11 points in the first half. Defence doesn't even bother to line up along the line. They're confident about his free throws. They're back and ready to play D again at the other end.
This is the biggest lead of the game, Phil. 8 points now, so really great start from the third quarter by Scotland.
Oxford goes out, Nealon Lino comes back in. Trying to double the guard at the back, Jackman. Trying to find a cutter, and that's a long shot from Joseph. Not a lot of percentage in that shot for a team that's not shooting the three ball well. Achara playing a long way from the basket. They don't look to try and locate Achara down low, a man of his size. Happy to get the ball back there. Good defence there coming from England, and this comes from Orland Jackman. And might have an offensive foul here.
Just tried to do a little bit too much. He did need to dish it. He did all the hard work with the great steal and getting the ball down the floor, but needed to give the ball off a little bit earlier.
Well, Nealon Lino wasn't there, but Mike Vigor was. Had the feet well set.
So again, England in 4 team fouls. So early in this quarter also in foul trouble.
That's a soft foul against Jackman in the backcourt, and that will be free throws at the other, and that's 5 fouls to 0. This is starting to get a little bit plague proportions here for England. Just trying to fight over the screen that wasn't really a screen because there was plenty of room there. Didn't have to fight that close. So Jackman goes out, and back comes Jamel Anderson.
Jackman's got 3 fouls, and so does Lasker. So 2 of their prominent players in foul trouble.
But all the while, Scotland looking to build on the lead. And it's Murray again. And 7 points, if my memory's correct, is the biggest lead of the ball game. And it belongs to Scotland. Jones. Joseph. Inside they go to Tuck. And looking for the outside shot again. And penetrating Joseph, but there's no way through there. Absolutely no way. So they've run out of ideas, I think.
Yeah, look, their penetration, they're just coming up against a wall of Scottish players, so they need to find that open man, because obviously one player's being guarded by 2, so someone is open.
Gareth Murray slow up the court. He had his shoe trod on that time and lost half a shoe. Able to join back in. Vigor. Down low they go to Vigor, and he's been hit on the way to the basket, so the foul's continuing to mount against England. And you see Mike Tuck pulling them together there and having a bit of a word, saying this is getting a bit serious, guys. Tuck, the captain, have a look at it. They dump the ball on the inside, and the defence is just getting a little bit sloppy.
Well, the difference is that Scotland just executing their offence a lot better and finding that open man, and I just think England, I would like them to try some zone, just change it up, because at the moment Scotland have all the momentum and aren't finding it too difficult to score, and on the way are getting England players into foul trouble.
So Mike Vigor extending that lead out now. Not able to take it to 9, but all the while, there's a long way to go in the ball game. Scotland have got the gas to go with it. Anderson penetrates down the middle. And Scottish hands are everywhere. Again, there's an appeal for the ball. Well, players will do that to you. This time it's the Australian referee under the microscope from the Scottish players. Have a look at it. Off. Ooh, gee, it could have come off Tuck as well.
Yeah.
Joseph gets the shot off but not in, and run down it is by Burrows. Vigor with the high screen and left to Vigor again. And what do we got? We got a charge or a block? We got a block. So again, Scotland on the free throw line.
Yeah, just about every time down the floor, England are putting Scotland to the line. And they need to get some stops.
He's got some problems, this man, Andreas Kapoulis, trying to find the answers on the bench. The players in foul trouble. The scoreline is building against him. Although free throw percentage is starting to drop off a little bit for Scotland. Ask the 3 players at the line, no better than 1 of 2. Scotland giving their big man Achara a good rest on the bench. Now Tuck, they left him alone but couldn't make the shot. And that will be a foul against the Scottish defence. The foul, I think, has gone against Cleary. Chris Cleary, 14. Walker. He can't make it. They're really left with the outside shot and not much else at the moment. Scotland playing it fairly patiently, dumping on the outside with Vigor. Down low they go. Oh, the pass was right into the hands there of Kofi Joseph.
Oh!
Almost rolled it out.
He was so sure he was going to dunk it and then he changed his mind. So I thought that may have rolled out, but Murray a little bit too early.
And 2 Burrows in there for the ball handling duties for Scotland. Neil on Lino. Murray wasn't ready for that, but did well to catch it. Nothing that time. So another opportunity here for Team England, and Tuck, who got hit in the back there. They really jumped all over him. So Tuck it is who'll go to the free throw line. Have a look at it. This one, yeah, he did look like he was going to dunk and then put on the front of the rim, and
Murray tapped it in.
Yep.
I think it would have rolled by the look of it. It was about to roll in, maybe. Oh, yeah. It rolled out.
Yep.
And now England have the opportunity to get 2 consecutive scores, which hasn't happened for quite a while.
But they really do have their problems at the moment because they've got to find another way of maybe some dribble penetration and try to free up an outside shooter, or maybe even play a couple of screens against the low man. I mean, sometimes teams ignore using screens against zones. It is effective.
The other way we can get our back cuts there. That's what I want, is back cuts going at the rim. Okay? Keep the ball out of these low post, high post areas. Okay? Keep getting to the free throw line. Okay? It's doing a hell of a job there. Take care of the ball. Let's run. So in transition, post to staggers. Otherwise, we're going corner middle for G. Corner middle for G. Okay, have a look at that shot there as well.
Go, 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
So Mike Tuck, the England captain, free throw line. Actually Canadian born, been in England a long time. Very much a veteran on the team now at age 35. Many times for Great Britain as well. His first time at the free throw line in the game. And tipped in the end by Walker.
Yeah, that was not enough effort there to block out Walker on the foul shot. Really just had to, it is all about work rate.
Achara on the inside, and in it goes. So that's one of the very few occasions I've been able to get Achara free on the inside. It's something we've not seen a lot of. Joseph, and that was a long bomb. He's fired up plenty of those. One had to go eventually. It's the law of averages. Burrow.
Seems as though England are making their run.
Oh, there he is again.
There we go. And now it's back to 2 points. That 9-point lead just evaporated.
5 quick points from Kofi Joseph. It made quite a difference to the game. Lifted his team. Bigger. Wasn't a lot of future in the way he was going. Called the travel. And in fact, the Japanese referee has another opinion, I think. Have a look at the last one. That's a long three. That's worth 4 generally. And then getting the steal at half court, Joseph's. With 5 points of his own has changed the game.
So Scotland, that's another turnover. So they've
have a look at this here. This is the contentious one. Was it? In fact, it could have been a foul against Anderson.
But, the turnovers are killing Scotland right now. We talked about that at half-time, and England were up on that. So that's the difference at the moment. And then Scotland haven't shot well from the foul line, but Jones will be ruining that.
Oh.
He'll want that moment back.
He wanted that ball back the minute he left his fingernail. That was. Have a look at this. This is embarrassing for a guard.
Scotland need to stop the rot and score here. Because England are going in for the kill. I just sense they've got the momentum back.
Fraser Malcolm back in the game. Now, Chara. Did he take him on all the way? Almost losing it, and finally having to fire up the long one to beat the clock, but not in time, the referee said, and the ball goes back to England. So England starting to just pick it up again.
This is just better pressure D from England that was lacking for most of the first part of the third quarter.
Walker. Jones handling the ball a bit better this time. And Dozy, whose shot not able to go, but it's been called a Scottish ball. This will be free throws at the other end.
So Scotland are only shooting 57% from the free throw line, so they really need to bring that up, because in the end it could mean the difference between winning and losing.
I saw Walker make a good tip in before, but that time he had a player in the way. And that time the player was Kieran Achara, the most decorated player in Scotland. He's went to Duquesne University in the US, where he was a star, and then played all through Europe and went back to Scotland, and is one of the most revered players that Scotland basketball has ever had.
And represented Great Britain at the 2012 Olympics. So it's been a great Olympic tattoo on his arm.
Fixes up that free throw percentage a bit. There's a double team there on the guard, and loosened up the balls. Fraser setting screens for Murray. The screen on the other side. Not a lot of time left on the clock as they try to get Achara down low. Now, 13 seconds left in the quarter. Last shot for the quarter. England down by 4. Joseph with one of his long threes. And Joseph makes it. What a big three. And he's knocked down a couple of those. A terrific quarter for Kofi Joseph. He's done a wonderful job for his team in this quarter. And a spectacular three to end it. Wow, have a look at this. What range this guy's got.
It just breaks the opposition's heart when they make that sort of shot right on the buzzer. They're all going with the swagger. They're all on top of it now. England, they'll come back out with the, can't wait for the fourth quarter to start and keep on with it.
So there it is, a 1-point game. And that's the way it was all through the first half. And Scotland tried to skip 13 points fairly quietly, really. He's done well. Get the ball in to the back court. 10 passed into the back court from the half. Defense being stretched again for England.
Oh, it opened up. What did they do?
They played great defense for 20 seconds and then just a lapse.
Lack of talk by the players there.
Joseph's had a bit of a look. Oh, a pinch there from Fraser, and a steal sends the Scottish team up the floor again. Jimenez, and Jimenez knocks one down from the baseline to stretch the lead out to 5 again for Scotland. Almost a steal from Murray at half court. Underneath to Daniel Adozi. Hasn't had many opportunities in this game, but he took that one well. Jimenez. Good defense down low. This time coming from Adozi. Chara. In the corner they go. 4 seconds left on the clock. And the pass was a poor one. Right at the feet of Fraser. And now, Callum Jones with a head of steam up. He has to dump it back to Adozi. Joseph fires the three. Not that time. And Scotland looking to use the ball as efficiently as they can here. As Malcolm goes down low. Fraser backing it in against his man, and did all the work and got bailed out a little bit by the referee because he probably could have done a little bit better with the shot there, but the foul will go against Adozi. Have a look at this, backs it up. He had a fairly, well, he's got a little whack on the arm, but most players would be expected to make that shot once you've done that amount of work.
Well, Adozi just needed to keep his feet on the ground. I think Fraser would have left that shot short even if there was no foul.
Alistair Fraser goes to the free throw line to look to add a point here. The 25-year-old, and the referee's just checking to see who the foul was called on. Bench just checking it was on Adozi. As you can see. 3 of 4 now to Fraser, so he's done his job reasonably well off the free throw line. Tara gets a hand in there. And a steal at half court, and that was a strong move to the basket there coming from Gareth Murray. He's been an absolute star for Scotland in this game. 7-point lead again. And a foul on the play. It's going to send Orland Jackman to the free throw line. Jackman playing with 3 fouls. He got 3 fouls fairly quickly.
Again, that lapse in concentration there with Thosby. Cost the mistake.
He's a good finisher, Gareth Murray. Now have a look at this, the foul at the other end. Underneath, they can't let a player like that have the ball in that position. Just creates too much pressure, Jackman. So we haven't seen a lot of him in the game because he's been hamstrung by those 3 fouls. But Orland Jackman making it off the free throw line there for reduce the lead to 5. Just one team foul apiece. Good dish from Jimenez. Oh, what a block there. And which way is the call going to go? Well, it's going back the other way. The referee's looking at each other. And Jackman with a spectacular block. Have a look at it again. Out the ball goes. And have a look at the ground he covers. If he'd faked, he would have been left back in the stands somewhere.
Hey, 4 seconds.
So, Jackman looking back at... Oh, what a pass. Great pass from Murray.
Wow.
Oh, that was a veteran play,
That is
that
so
one.
cheeky.
We go back in the game for Scotland. Played so well too. Murray.
Oh, he's on fire. He's just feeling so confident.
Brings the bench to their feet. And that leads back to 7 again. Bosby for 3. So, Scotland got that advantage again. They've had this a few times, out for this sort of number.
We keep expecting England to make that comeback and pass them, but they're just keeping them off at the moment.
Not sure about that decision, but they got it back. And into the hands of Mike Bigger it goes. And the lead is 9. And the Scottish bench is going nuts. Absolutely nuts. Have a look at it again. I don't think this is a great shot there for Murray. Well, that one was.
That one was, and I think he took the next one because of that one.
It was a similar shot, but I think it was a lot more difficult. He had a lot more pressure on him. And it rebounded off, and it was a nice little tip there coming from Fraser Malcolm.
Yeah, they're just those little 1% efforts getting a hand to an offensive rebound. And again, it's all about work rate. And it's the last 6 and a bit minutes. It's going to be very important.
First thing is, beat the press, okay? Expect it, saying you rebounding the basketball. We've got Goffey and Drew, okay? And the other guys are second line, OJ, okay? We have you back here, Rob, okay? Make sure, saying when you get in, you're in the middle. Beat it. We're running here. Triangle get. Okay, whatever zone they are, triangle get, okay? And what I want us to do here is, saying you're going to be on this side, we're going to dribble on this side, Drew here, saying you're going to come up on top. Actually, no, Rob, you're going to be there, saying you're going to be on this side. Rob, you're coming up to the screen, we're flying off this thing. Make sure we attract it, saying come underneath, move it to this side on the pass, okay? On the pass, saying you set the screen to the middle of the zone. Rob, you're curling is saying you say pass. Is that clear for everyone? Let's get going.
Let's go.
I like to hear that, setting the screen in the middle of the zone, because that is sometimes an art that's missed so much. You can set a back screen.
Yeah, you called it earlier, Phil. Absolutely. It's everyone just associates setting a screen in man-to-man, but you're right, it can be utilised so well in the zone.
No. 6 minutes, 20 to go in this absorbing contest. They did that well, finding the open man. That was good ball movement from England. They need plenty of that. No call from the referee. They let him call. What did we call it?
I thought it was a no call.
Well, so did the ref from Nigeria, who was right in front of it. Have a look at this ball movement. And then dumping on the inside. They just had 2 players on the inside, but have a look at... Oh, gee whiz. I think...
His elbow came outside his cylinder, but I certainly... He emphasised that fall, Jackman.
Oh, Lasker just lost the handle there for a moment. Scotland retrieves the ball off the missed shot coming from Orland Jackman. Now Jimenez in at the guard spot for Scotland. A lot of manhandling going between Walker and Achara. Achara lets one fly off the backboard.
Great. A fake pass.
That was a veteran shot.
Yeah, that was. And then a banker from outside the keyway.
So 9 points is the biggest lead of the game. Can Scotland hang on? That's the question. England with it all to do. They've answered before through that man Joseph, but in time he finds Walker with the pass, and Walker's shot goes, and he's looking at a three-point play off the foul from Burrows, and this will be a little bit of a changer here.
Yeah, fake handoff, so clever, just smart.
Now it is a veteran that uses the backboard from that angle. He's done that plenty of times before, obviously, in his life. So Rob Gilchrist, three-point play, can't make it, but they do get the ball back, and he stepped out of bounds. Oh, coming down with the rebound, Orland Jackman just put a foot out over the end line. Malcolm. Achara again high as he's been so often. So he gets to roll low and create a target. Murray with a step, but the rebound from Jackman, and we've got a foul on the play. Jackman's been hit, and that will be 5 team fouls, I think, on Scotland. No, in fact, that's the 4th. So Scotland into the foul count by 4. England with 1. That should be a telling stat too.
Well, it will be, particularly if Scotland keep the lead and England need to foul down the track when they're only on 1.
Lasker for 2 for England. Reduces the lead to 5. Achara bringing the ball up over half. No pressure on at half court that time. Vigor with an open 3. There haven't been too many open looks.
That's big.
The England defence just went to sleep on that play. 8-point game. Joseph looked it on the inside, came off England last, Scotland ball. So Jimenez goes out, and back comes Bunyan, the starting guard. So with 4 minutes to play, Rob Beveridge gets his starting guard back into the game. But it's the big man on the floor to bring the ball up. Vigor, and Vigor got hit, gets the 2, and can make a 3-point play here. There's plenty of chest bumping going on out there at the moment. Now that is the biggest lead of the game. The question is, can England come back?
And again, just great recognition by Scotland in finding the open man. They've done that superiorly to England the whole game.
Free throws have been costly. Joseph in the corner, they had him covered. They know what he can do in a hurry.
That'll be foul shots for England.
So we've got 3 minutes 40 to go. And we've got 3 minutes 40 of tension, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your hats for this one, because anything could happen, particularly with the foul count the way it is. And Jackman to get 2 here for England. Not with that kind of shot he won't.
No, they need every foul shot to go down at this point of the game.
And Scotland's zone is working so well. With 1 of 2. Vigor, who's done a terrific job. He's played on the inside of the zone, where Achara has played on the wing on a lot of occasions, where you'd normally expect it to be around the other way. But it's worked. Here's Achara. Dishes it out to Vigor. And a second 3 from Mike Vigor.
That's big. 2 in a row for Vigor.
I'm waiting to hear some bagpipes somewhere. Up by 12. Nice dump on the inside, but wasn't able to catch the pass. So Scotland looking strong, coming down the stretch, but still 3 minutes to play.
And they'll be looking to use up the clock every time down the floor now, because time's on their side.
Bunyan dumping it out to O'Chara. Stops, pops and hits. Kieran O'Chara, well, it's in dire straits now for England. There's the scoreline, 2:45 left and 14 points the difference. Scotland going from strength to strength on that shot from Kieran O'Chara.
And why not give it out to Vigor again? He's just hit a 3 and so confident. O'Chara, just great job at, again, his assists and then finishing one himself.
Yeah, they're really pumped, aren't they?
Yeah, O'Chara has 4 assists.
Straight away, expect the press,
So he's,
okay? Drew and Kofi together. Make
Callum
sure we get it
Jones
through the middle. We have
has 4.
Sam
I'm sorry,
down there.
Orland
On
Jackman
offense,
from
pay
England
attention
has
here,
5.
okay? Triangle twist, very quickly we need to execute. You're going to come Kofi's side, okay? You're going to put Kofi straight away, that faking Kofi. You're coming up, saying to the on ball. Make sure Drew attack the top guy here, okay? Saying you're popping right to the 45. Kofi, you're faking, you go through and you're popping right back, okay? We're looking for the 3. Rob, you're here, you're circling underneath, you're ready for the offensive rebound. OJ, you're lifting up on top, okay? If they're overloaded here, Drew, you have OJ for the quick 3. Hey, we're on man-to-man defense. Any opportunity to trap now on the score straight away. You see they're going away. Trap comes from the weak side. So if your man has the ball here and you're guarding him and you're guarding a guy off the ball, he's dribbling down the sideline, don't get him and be ready to scramble. We need good shots on offense, okay?
Come on, man. England. 1, 2, 3.
Unsurprisingly, Rach, we heard a lot of Kofi in there. We're looking for Kofi here because he's the answer. They look for a couple of prayers from Kofi, I think. He hit some big ones earlier in the game. And they'll be looking for 3s from Kofi to try and...
Yeah, they have a mountain to climb, England. 14 points with under 3 minutes to play is a big ask. They'll have to stay focused and just try and chip it away.
Have a look at this 1-3-1 zone. Bunyan at the base. Really showing up some different defences here. And a travel as he tried to break through the double team. Yeah, threw the extra step in. So a little win there for England. Got the ball back without any further damage being done and knocked a lot of time off the clock. Here it is. And you see him step through and then lift the other foot through. So, the defensive formation is a 1-3-1 zone. Lasker, Walker, they'll look for him for 3. Stepping and can't score. Walker gets it back and has the ball shoved back down his throat. England need the ball back in a hurry and they look to double and triple team, but all they can do is foul. They've got plenty of fouls to give, but they haven't got a lot of time to play with. This is the big problem right now at 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. Have a look at it. They've closed on him. Closed on O'Chara. And the referee said, no, too much arm grabbing in there. So another 16 seconds left on the clock. They go to Vigor. What a game he's had. Off the floor they go to Bunyan. And underneath to O'Chara. A little bit too much time with the shot. And back they come. Stepping and not able to go was Kofi Josephs, but they do score again through Gilchrist. 12-point game, under 2 minutes to go. And a foul. The foul goes against Joseph. Have a look at it. Just desperate to get the ball back and stop the clock anyway. They've still got fouls to give. Well, in fact, that is the 4th one now. So they probably just wanted to get it into the 4-foul count to try and get the position where they stop the clock. Is he fouled here? No, he doesn't. So they're in that situation. They're not trying to stop the clock at all. Murray dribbles it around and quite keen to take plenty of time off the clock. Bunyan is fouled on the way to the hoop. Well, I understand that tactic there. If you really want to go in and make a foul in the backcourt to take it to 4, you might as well come up with another one to at least stop the clock. I mean, teams haven't been shooting free throws well. Is there only hope at that stage?
Yes, it is.
There's Johnny Bunyan, who's done he started the game, but they've used a lot of players at guard. He's pretty serviceable the whole time he's been in there. Take your hat off to the way Rob Beveridge has run this team.
Well, particularly with him coming in late as coach, and did he implement all of his systems, or did he take on what was already there? So, yeah, he's done a great job.
Looking to penetrate again, and out they go to Murray, trying to cap off a very big game he's had, but they get the ball back again. More offensive rebounds. No, they can't. And we've only got a minute 12 to go. Kofi Josephs fouls and sends Scotland to the free throw line.
You see that England are so frustrated now. They realise that they're not going to win this match.
So Kieran Achara it will be who steps to the free throw line. Achara has 13 points for the game. High scorer is Gareth Murray with 18, and Mike Vigor has 14 for Scotland. For England, Shane Walker with 15 and Kofi Josephs with 14. This is a big moment for Achara. He's been so much looking to this Commonwealth Games, and now timeout called by Coach Papoulis from England. There's not a lot you can do to pull back 14 points in 71 seconds. The best I've seen, Rach, was in a World Championship semi-final between the Soviet Union and Yugoslavia.
Okay,
in
I'm going to have
1986.
Okay, Sam, I'm going to have you right here.
And
coffee.
Yugoslavia came back 40,
and then you're
in 45 seconds by 9 points. Oh, sorry, Soviet Union came back by 9 points. Hit 3 threes in 45 seconds. He's got steals in that time. So
You'd have everything would have to go perfectly to
take it to overtime and win. That was the biggest in a big game that I've ever seen. I don't see that happening here.
Saying you're flashing right here in the elbow area. We're looking for Shane Drew. You're going back door. OJ, step in, ready to shoot the 3. Saying when you catch
it,
comes down to shooter, you have Drew, and if not, you have OJ coming in.
Let the score blow out either, in case it comes down to a point spread in the pool. If there's a real even number of winners and losers in that one pool, so you don't want this score to blow out either.
Arvydas Sabonis hit a 3 from top of the key, in front, banked it in to take it to overtime. There's Shane Walker. He's had a good game, and he's a real athlete, this guy. He's done his bit. But a couple of other players will be doing a little bit of navel-gazing around him, I think. Get down the floor, and are they trying to stop the clock? No, they're not. They do get the ball back, though, and the three-point shot comes from Jackman. They get another opportunity to look at outside the three-point line. Gilchrist had an open shot, decided not to take it. Kofi Joseph doesn't know where else to shoot. He just chooses not to take it as well. There's some strange things going on there for England, but they finally get a 2. That's not going to be enough. 42 seconds left now, and we've got a 12-point game. So Scotland just have to be careful with the ball now.
And it's something that England haven't done well in the second half. They only had 4 turnovers at half-time, and they currently have 17, so that's been really costly for them.
Rob Beveridge has called timeout for Scotland, and his team, well, he just wants to nurse them through this last 44.8 seconds, where they lead by 12.
Yeah.
And it's important at this time to...
This is our blast play.
They don't want to make a mess of this. Let's hear him.
Let's have Viggs. Yeah. You're here. Kieran. So right now, pin down. Go get it. Go get it to the corner. Throw it. They throw it. Blast cut. If you don't get the layup on this, Okay, just move, carry the ball out or post up. You can throw it out, move the ball.
Four's getting in the corner.
Yep,
Four's getting in the corner. You're going here.
Okay, so right now they might look at. So right now the release is bigs. Okay, pin down, good screens, out, last cat. If listen, if we can't get this, you're getting that. Hey, make our foul shots, know where the shooters are.
Interestingly, there's nothing too complicated about what he's saying, and when you've only had 5 coaching sessions with a team, you can't be too complicated, can you?
No, it's
As you can see, Scotland still has a timeout left. England have used all theirs. But Scotland very much in the box seat here. 12 points the difference. 44.8 seconds left. Inside they go to Achara. Dump back to Bigger. Just pass the ball on the perimeter. And the foul comes from Jackson. So Malcolm it'll be who goes to the free throw line. Here's the foul. Malcolm, well, Jackman can't do much more than that. Just has to stop the game. But it's unfortunate when a game comes down to this situation. It's been such a high energy game that it gets down to passes, cuts, fouls, free throws. But it's been a wonderful display from Scotland.
And particularly when England know that they're not going to get back in this match, but they still need to finish it off strongly. It's only one of 3 matches that they'll play in their pool.
Good finish there from Shane Walker. Takes his tally to 15 points. Still playing it out very strongly to the end. Pressure on the baseline. Almost a steal. There is a steal. Comes from Jackman. Fires up the 3 off the side of the backboard, and the ball goes back to Scotland. So this could be the last play of the game. Gets into the front court. Achara. Plenty of numbers there, but they did the smart thing and dish it out into the backcourt. Use up that clock. And then Achara's fouled there by Gilchrist.
Don't really see any sense in fouling at that stage. There's only 5 seconds to go. And it doesn't look like they were going to look to get a shot. Just going to run the clock down.
So Robert Gilchrist worked hard. He's been outplayed by a better team. Murray gets the plaudits of his team. Gets the honour of being taken out and just a little bit of extra attention. And Achara misses off the free throw. He has 14 points.
And we know that Rob Beveridge was assistant coach of the Australian men's team in 2006 when they won gold, but I'm tipping this is going to be really high up on his achievements.
Absolutely.
He's going to be feeling pretty damn good right now.
Yep. Well, 15 for Achara and 8 rebounds. Walker, and that's the end of the ball game. And this Scottish team is very, very happy, let me tell you. Triumph for Beveridge over Kapoulis. And it looked like, you swear they'd won the whole thing, but it means a lot. I mean, what a great rivalry this is. What a great match-up to start the Commonwealth Games of 2018.